This technique is called destructive twins, and the twins being my two fists. This is against a two-handed grab with a pull-in, so you can think raking mace. And in this technique, I step in, and instead of grabbing back, maybe I don't have time to grab back, I just immediately react forward with a punch to the solar plexus, uppercut, and then a looping overhead punch to the bridge of the nose. Now, one thing I want to stop myself from doing is breaking my posture, leaning over, usually to my right. So a lot of times I catch students doing things like this. I want my body's mass, my body weight, to drive directly forward, so I need to make sure that I have proper posture and alignment of the spine. So as I'm being pulled, I let my entire torso go directly into the spine of my opponent with these two shots. Now, this is protecting me from the reaction that this is causing. So if somebody gets hit in the solar plexus or the gut, their head goes down. So it's almost like borrowed force. I'm meeting that reaction with a punch to the bridge of the nose. So as I get pulled in, I step in and I strike. Now the two arms are here, so I'm going to let this just dive bomb down in between the arms using a downward forearm against the right forearm of my opponent's attack. Simultaneously, my right leg is going to step off the line, and I'm going to use an inward block against the outside arm around the elbow joint of the left arm of my aggressor. And that all happens together. So this dives, this moves, and my right leg steps off the line here. So as that takes place, boom, I shift this downward arms motion. I shift and allow that to bring my hip with it, causing me to kind of fold my right hand inward and hit a forward bow as I use an outward vertical blocking motion with my left arm. Now that forward bow is directly to our 130, 45-degree angle. And I then take this and just kind of shift off of the outside of their arm, and I take an eye poke to the eye of my opponent. And as their hands go up to protect their face and react from that eye slice, eye poke, I grab a hold of the wrist or the fingers of the arm, I pull them down as I shift back into my stance and take the ribs out with a horizontal fitted punch. Okay, one more time. We hit with the right leg stepping in, double fists, step off the line, inward, downward motion, shifting into my forward bow vertical block, take out the eyes, grab, shift back into my stance, settling into the punch. Then I would just simply cross out, step back, on guard. Let's take a look at this on Mr. Gate. So he grabs a hold. As he pulls in, I shift and strike. Now, I'm going to take my right leg, step off the line. I'm going to let my left arm dive down on top of his forearm. And I'm going to use this also as a leverage point hitting. So this should help take his arms off of me as well. So I'm going to step outside the guard here. Okay, one more time. This hits slowly. As I step, boom. Now, I'm not using my arm muscles here as much as I am. I'm attaching my arms to my torso, using my torso's transition from neutral to forward to affect his arms and crank them off of me here. There's my vertical block, using that as a leverage point. I go from point of origin here, going right up into the eyes and poking. I grab a hold, shifting back from my forward bow to my neutral, taking out the ribs. Boom. Okay, and then from here I just cross out on guard. Let's try that from another. So he grabs a hold, he pulls me in, boom, catch it. Step off the line, this dives down, hitting and affecting this arm. This goes in, hitting and affecting that arm. Simultaneously with the step, we have boom. From here, notice how much I dropped my weight. I shift into my forward bow, catching the eyes. Grab a hold and punch back. Okay? One more time, a little faster for you. He grabs, boom, shift, forward bow strike, and back into the ribs. Cross out, step back on guard. And that would be a breakdown of destructive twins, which you'll find in short form 3 and long form 3.